All right, Ruthless fans, this is it. Episode 17, Unnatural Acts. Ruth builds trust with Zane. Tally is suspicious of a woman's sudden interest in helping her. Andrew reveals Malcolm and Sarah's secret. And River talks to the highest about taking a wife. This episode was 49 minutes long. This is one of, if not the longest episode of the show yet. I think I noticed this. Was it? I think episode, what was it? 13. Episode 15, I think it was like 45 minutes. So, yeah, my goodness, this was a lengthy episode. But I thought it was pretty good. So, before going further, make sure you hit that like button, hit subscribe, click the bell notification icon, and follow me on social media. Links are in the description below. And yeah, when you click the bell icon, select all. I'm giving this episode a 9 out of 10. The only reason it's not a solid 10 is because Brian and Lynn weren't in the episode. Now, I'm not saying that they needed to be in the episode, but it felt like we touched upon every storyline aside from Lynn and Brian. But other than that, I mean, because honestly, I missed the dynamic of Brian just being at the police station with the sheriff, Bo, and the female officer there. But other than that, I think this episode did a good job of balancing the numerous characters. Like the new characters like Zane, River, Joan, just to name a few off the top of my head. We got a good scene with the highest towards the end of the episode. But let's just jump right into it. And guys, this is a lengthy one. I have 2 pages of notes here. And if I'm not super energetic or making as many jokes as usual, I'm not in a bad mood. First of all, I've recorded over 10 videos since I've been up after taking a nap last night. House of Pain, Sister, Assisted Living, all those videos have been recorded. I just haven't edited yet. I threw in a have and have not video. And this is my Ruthless review. So just know that if I'm not as, jokey, I'm tired because it is 6:30 a.m. So I'm probably going to pass out as soon as this is over. All right. So Oliver takes Elder Mother to her room or her trailer. And she asks, "Help me inside." And then he tries to leave. "Did I dismiss you, boy?" No, ma'am. And basically she's trying to get information on why he was so hung up on getting intel on, I believe, Lacey is the name of the young woman who, they've been banging by the tree when he's on patrol. "Why are you worried about the girl?" "Well, no, she wasn't flirting with me." It's like, you ought to be punished. Like, "Call me Marva." "No, Elder Mother." "Why?" "Because, it's your title, and when you see me, you only see an old woman." Basically, he trying to get him out of there. This is like Joseph and Lord Potiphar's wife. It's like, I don't want to be caught in a compromising position. But in this situation, it's like, it's been so long since I've been held, which honestly is a line you need to remember for a later scene in a very similar scenario. Oliver trying to get the hell up out of there. And then I think, while she's trying to fill up on him, he pushes her away. And it's like, "I'm sorry." It's like, "Get out of here. Get out." So basically it's that dementia kicking in. And I mean, even though Marva is on the side of the highest, people have needs. And it seems like a lot of these cult members are not following the rules. So there we go. Then we got the epic theme song. So we pick up with Matt coming in to talk with Sarah. Basically good news about, hey, I spoke with Andrew. And Sarah lets him know that Andrew was there. And apparently he's not coming back. Doesn't want to see her again. Basically blames Mac and the FBI for this messing up her marriage. But she's obviously withholding the information about the fact that she and Malcolm were having an affair. She doesn't want to talk with Mac, and then he leaves. Ruth is still whipping Zane. Daikon's getting off on it. They do a little bit of humping. I gotta admit, look, Ruth's hair, and I'm not making fun of the hair, but I just love it. Like, as soon as Daikon's finished, it's like, clean this place up. Take Zane back to her room. "Yes, sir." And then, and shut her up because she's making all this noise. So Daikon leaves. Ruth's hair, it's like, this a woman is like, all of my life I had to fight. I'm sleeping with this mother so I can get the F up out of here. So I need you to calm down. And I'm like, I ain't gonna lie, I got annoyed with Zane. I'm like, if you don't shut the hell up, because Ruth is like, look, I tried to go easy on you because let's be real here. The way Ruth was doing things, it was a lot less violent than, let's say, Elder Mother or Daikon would have punched her. So she got off kind of easy. But, well, that's a bad choice of words given the activities that were happening right behind her back. Woo! See, there was a joke in there. But basically, it's like, look, here's something I got from the kitchen. It's a pain reliever. So the way Ruth is handing out all these pills to ease anxiety and pain, it reminds me of Dragon Ball Z, where Krillin's like, or Yajirobe's holding a bag of Sensu Bean. Boom, now he can heal. But she's basically trying to get intel on, I need to know how many people are trying to get up out of here. Give me a list of names. It's like, I'll give you one. William. Okay. And it's like, because obviously she doesn't know who to trust. She doesn't want to be punished anymore. The way Zane, look, I'm not making fun of Zane, but I'm just saying, like, it reminds me of childhood. Like, you know, when parents are, you know, family members are like, you better shut up before I give you something to cry about. Like that. So in any case, we go over to Malcolm and Mac. Malcolm's in the car and Mac gives him a phone call. Malcolm is like, Andrew was here? Because remember, he's been waiting outside of Sarah's house for like 7 episodes now. But in any case, Andrew obviously snuck in without him seeing it. And he's like, okay, well, I'll try to go in and talk with her to see if I can figure things out. So we have a relatively lengthy scene with Joan from the last episode, who is the mole, the one that Elder Mother said to go on assignment to see if she can figure out if Ruth and Tally are trying to defect from the compound. So Tally's doing chores. She comes up in there making this sob story about how I was talking with, you know, Paula about trying to get up out of here, and like it's not fair to be punished, and that's why Paula took the bleach, so because it was worse than death or whatever. And she's trying to get Tally to incriminate herself about not liking it at the compound. It's like, hey, I know you were at the trailer or the classroom banging on the door with Ruth. Basically trying to suggest that she knew that Tally was trying to get up out of there. And it's like, look, the next time we go to the grocery store, my uncle, I reached out to him. He has a car. He can pick us up. I can have your daughter so we can get up out of here. Again, she don't fall for it. Daikon comes in and she gets all meek. And then Tally pretty much, you know, tells Daikon what was going down. And then she's taken away from punishment. And while that's happening, you know, Daikon's pretty much like that one guy's like, so, your friend talk about me when I'm not around. And, you know, long story short, Tally just strokes Daikon's ego. He just tells him everything he wants to hear. Oh, you're doing a great job. The highest, pick the right guy to be like his second in command, that kind of thing. And then, you know, it got to the point where he's like, oh, if you keep up this good behavior, I'll let you see your daughter. It's like, she's fine. Really? You don't want to see your daughter? I'm pretty sure she's doing well here. And once again, Daikon's like, good work. And then he leaves. So we go over to Malcolm and Sarah. And Sarah explains that Andrew is pissed off because he saw the video. He knows about the affair. Not only that, he knew about the affair before he went on assignment. And she suspects Malcolm knew something about this, like he arranged for all this to happen. And says that he loves her. And then kind of like Elder Mother was telling Oliver, I just want to be held. Make love to me. Okay, honestly, she didn't say it with that accent, but damn it. It was just one of those things where I don't like Sarah. I really don't. Look, Stephanie Charles is beautiful, but I don't like Sarah as a character. All right, so we go over to Andrew and Cynthia. And again, Andrew he popping up like freaking the ghost of Christmas past and everything. Look, I was watching the Muppets Christmas Carol earlier tonight, and it's like he's just popping up like ghosts. So in any case, reminds me of Warlock from the Haves and the Have-Nots. Remember how Warlock was popping up at Candace's house all the time, banging her? Yeah. So in any case, he shows her the video footage about the affair. Essentially, this has been going on about 2 to 3 months, and he was actually on assignment. He was literally prepping to leave for assignment. That's why he didn't do anything about it. Not only that, he's been trying to build up the evidence for a case for divorce. Patience is needed for the win. I'm like, this dude, he is a soldier. So look, when I tell you he's like a side character in a video game who gives you the necessary tools you need for a battle, it's like, here's the key to my house. Here's the passcode to my doorbell camera. You can look over at the last 60 days of surveillance in order to figure out exactly how many times he's been over at my house effing my wife. This was epic, man. Yo, Andrew was like the hidden MVP of this episode. All right, so what we got here? All right, so we got some of the men showering. It seems like most of them are like the new recruits, the ones who River was kind of, preaching to in one of the previous episodes. Or was it last week's episode? No, I think it was like episode 14. But in any case, it's just some water cooler talk, except they're showering together. And it's like the murmurings of, yo, man, why the highest ain't got no woman, though? It's like there's always men up in the trailer, but all these fine women. And then he's pretty much trying to snitch. River's like, hey, you better watch your mouth. It's like, man, you better watch yourself. All right, Brother Lewis. So then we go over to Ruth talking with William. Once again, just trying to be a friend, trying to get him to eat. And I don't know what the hell. They must have broken this boy's spirit, because it's like he doesn't want to eat or do anything unless the highest is allowing him to do so. It's like, hey, nobody likes you but me. And, Ruth kind of gets through to him, but it's kind of the same thing that's been happening for the past few episodes here. So then we go over to Andrew, who's just, again, he's just like sitting on Mac's bed, like, motherfucker, you trying to get shot? So, essentially it's the report, because earlier in the episode, Mac was telling Sarah that Andrew was going to touch base to report to him later that night. But basically he gives him a rundown of like the fact, hey, I'm deep into the compound, but the thing is, yeah, I want to shut it down now, but there are drugs, but there's not enough to put him away for life because of the fact that he's off probation. And not only that, he needs a little more time because of assault, drugs, money laundering, and potential murder, because anytime there's a defecting member, they suddenly disappear. So Andrew just needs a little more time, and then he could actually build a solid case. Essentially, he's treating the Rakadushi like his upcoming divorce. He's building a strong case in order to put these people away for good. And remember, Lilo in the last episode was telling the highest to get rid of the latest drug supply. And, remember, the highest is trying to send the kids to a missionary mission in Mexico. So that could be the evidence that Andrew needs. But my thing is, if all the drugs are gone and Andrew doesn't know about it, then I think that might actually squash his entire operation. But we'll have to wait and see. All right, so I think that Mac asked Andrew, like, so wait, why did you give him all your money? He's like, that B doesn't deserve any of it. So essentially, because of the fact that he knew about the affair prior to going on assignment, that's why he gave the Rakadushi all of the money, because he knew of the affair, which honestly I find hilarious. Like, yeah, teach Sarah a lesson, but at the same time, it's like, bruh, you got a son. Like, I know you want to get a divorce, but damn, man. Come on now. At least for your son. All right, so then we go over to Ruth and Tally. And once again, it's kind of, and I'm not saying this in an annoyed fashion, but it's the same thing with these two. Whenever Ruth and Tally, oh, sorry, my fingers are popping. Anytime Ruth and Tally are together, they're essentially just trading intel about, hey, this is what happened when I was in the kitchen, or this is what happened when I was in the punishment trailer. Ruth is talking about how she's continually getting through Daikon as he's penetrating her, and she's trying to get through to Zane. And the fact that Tally brings up the fact that she suspects Joan is a mole, trying to get her to incriminate herself, and tells Ruth not to trust her. Ruth is actually pissed off about the fact that Tally told Daikon about the fact that Joan was like, oh yeah, her uncle got a car, trying to get her to leave. Ruth is trying to get up out of there, but she's not looking at things as it. Well, it's almost, I'm not going to put that on Ruth, because I'm looking at it from the audience perspective, not one of the members' perspective, because there have been times where these two disagree on a lot. Like, when Ruth is like, I think we should trust Andrew, and Tally's like, no, we should not. Well, to be fair, there was that one episode where he pulled her away in the middle of the night and was like, yo, I want to tell the highest that you're pregnant and I want to marry you. And it's like, wait, what the hell's going on? So I really do feel like these two do need to be on the same accord before they make big decisions like that in regards to like snitching on people. But later on in the episode, it's discovered that Tally was right, because Ruth went to the punishment chamber because she thought that by going to the punishment chamber and possibly manipulating Daikon again, she can get intel out of Joan. But when she went, there was no one there, and that pretty much revealed Tally's suspicions that Joan was a mole. And it turns out she actually burned Paula's letter as well. And yet earlier in the episode with Zane, Ruth told her to calm down and go check on Paula, and she goes in there. Tally goes in to check on her as well. Zane wants to use the phone that's in the highest's Rolls Royce in order to call for poison control, but Ty's like, we ain't doing that. The only thing I can do is like when the lights go out, sneak into the kitchen to get something that could possibly help her. Until then, make sure she keeps throwing up to get the bleach out of her system. And then she tells Ruth about, the situation. And probably one of my favorite scenes of the episode, and we're almost done, literally, is when Rivers, talking with the highest, comes in saying, hey, I was going to come in earlier, but your lapdog, Daikon, was jealous. And the highest kind of scoffs at this. And, he pretty much sits at his feet. He was either washing or he was massaging his feet, the highest feet. And they were just talking about, hey, let's watch an old movie. I got a prophecy, that I feel like is coming to the members soon. And let's put it this way. River suggests a wife because of the fact that it would really give new recruits kind of just seeing like a unified front for the Rakadushi as opposed to just the highest, because of the looks that have been, sent the highest way, because of the fact that only men are sent to his trailer, no women. It kind of reminds me of the haves and the have-nots when, there was the potential murmurs within Charles's campaign camp when it's like Landon's the only one who goes into Charles's room for one-on-one discussions and whatnot. So basically, without saying any names, River was basically suggesting that, hey, by, having someone pure or loyal by your side, that would actually inspire others. So long story short, the highest turns it down. No, I must remain pure. I must never lay with a woman. Right. So it's like, we'll never talk about this again. Okay. So then we go over to Daikon talking to Oliver about Andrew, who isn't back yet. But then Oliver wants to talk with Daikon about something. Now, my initial thought was the situation with Elder Mother, but no. It's actually Elder Mother related, but he only wants to know why the girl, Leah, went with that bad man. And, Daikon pretty much says, hey, as you learn more about the, Rakadushi way, then you'll find things out. But until then, don't ask questions. It's not a good look for a soldier. And he says, hey, have you been following River? What's been going on? Nothing out of the ordinary. And River is in his trailer right now. And I'm like, wait, what? He's with the highest right now. So I think Oliver has been discombobulated, not only because he's worried about Leah, but he's also probably traumatized by Elder Mother. I know I would be. And then from there, Daikon asked Oliver where he's from. Alabama. Oh, country boy. Yep, Bible Belt. Would your mother like it if you were here? Nope. But, and he's like, the highest is more powerful than Jesus. And I'm like, So then after that, he pretty much just says, hey, keep your head on straight. Don't ask questions. And remember that you're here to serve a greater purpose. And then the final scene is Sarah and Malcolm going at it. But I turned my head because, yeah, you had that red light special. So they're going at it. And then Cynthia comes in and is like, what? Guess what? Malcolm's in the middle, bitches. So that was the episode. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about one of the lengthiest episodes. This felt like watching Avengers Endgame. I'm like, damn, when is this episode going to end? It's long. But yeah, make sure you like and subscribe. Follow me on social media. Links are in the description. Shout out to the patrons over on Patreon. You can join in for as little as $1 a month. Or if you just want to donate to the channel directly, feel free to do so on PayPal or Cash App. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll talk to you soon.